Follow the Big E Outdoors team on all of its adventures at Big E Outdoors on Facebook, or watch us on the Pursuit channel Mondays at 3 p.m., Saturdays at 6 a.m. and 10 p.m. Big adventure and tips on the best hunting destinations around the world. Watch Big E Outdoors and learn the importance of hunting, and check out some of the most practical and useful tools and gear on the market. The Big E team, led by Brandon Eager, travels the world in search of adventure and entertainment. Follow the team with his father Big E and all the pro staff members of Big E Outdoors on their follies and fun. Big on entertainment, experience, and education. The Big E Outdoors Show on Pursuit Channel every week. And coming in July, find Big E Outdoors on the Hunt Channel and many local networks. Welcome back to another hour of Big E Outdoor Radio with your hosts Brandon and Big E, right here on SportsFan 100.5. With a little bit of education, a lot of entertainment. With a little bit of education, a lot of entertainment, and some just plain fun. Here's your host for the Big E Outdoor Radio Show. Welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio at the top of our final hour this morning. We spent most of the show talking about stupid hunting laws and things like that. Okay, we said we were going to be done, but on the break, during the break, I found this, Brandon, and
you couldn't leave it alone.
I can't leave this alone. Okay, this law is on the books, and I'm reading it out of the law book here in Skamania County, Washington State. It's their Bigfoot ordinance, 69-01. Okay. It says, be it hereby ordained by the Board of County Commissioners of Skamania County, Washington. There is evidence to indicate the possible existence in Skamania County of a nocturnal primate mammal variously described as an ape-like creature or subspecies of Homo sapiens. And whereas both legend and purported recent sightings support the possibility, and this creature generally and commonly is known as Sasquatch, Yeti, or Bigfoot, or giant hairy ape, for those of you with lack of imagination. It has resulted in an influx of scientific investigation as well as casual hunters, many armed with lethal weapons. So, before I even get further into the law, in Skamania County, Washington, they actually have it on the law books that Sasquatch does exist.
Yep.
That's what that is. I don't know if you figured that out.
Yeah,
they're actually saying that there's evidence to support.
They have got proof. That's what they say.
That's right. So it says right here, therefore, be it resolved that any premeditated, willful, and wanton slaying of such a creature shall be deemed a felony, punishable of a fine not to exceed $10,000 and or imprisonment in the county jail for up to 5 years.
Wow. So I guess you can't hunt Sasquatch.
They resolved that this was a situation that constituted an emergency ordinance, effective immediately. This was an older law. It was partially repealed and amended in 1984. Okay, the amendment was only amended to make the crime a gross misdemeanor instead of a felony, punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and only $1,000 fine. So it's definitely cheaper to kill a Bigfoot in Washington today than it was before 1984. But it's now, and also in 1984 that new ordinance created a 1 million acre refuge within the county. A refuge for Bigfoot. So there's actually a Sasquatch refuge in Skamania County, and there are laws that say that he exists and that make it illegal for you to hunt him. I see you sitting there. You're really thinking about this whole thing.
We need to go to this park. This refuge.
We need to go there, but we're going to have to be careful that we follow whatever laws there are, because they take Bigfoot pretty seriously in Washington State.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah. They took it all to an all new level. I wonder what our buddy Steve down at the Good Outdoors would think about that. We should actually.
We should all just jump in the truck and go there.
Yeah.
And see this for ourselves.
Because
I wonder if you can camp there.
A 1,000,000-acre refuge, that's pretty big, actually.
That is big. That's huge.
Yeah. So
that's a big county.
But you can hunt them, you can hunt them in Texas and things like that. So whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, there's even laws out there on the books relating to the hunting and the existence of Bigfoot. And they actually are saying in Washington that he does exist by law, by order of law.
Then it's got to be true.
It's got to be.
Not only that, but we saw it on the internet.
We saw it on the internet. Everything on the internet's true, right?
That's right. Yep.
Anyway, Brandon, a lot of this, what it does is just lends more evidence to the fact that laws that are being passed should be voted on by all the people in order to decide. Like I said, I think we have enough laws out there. For instance, this wolf law making it an endangered species and whatever. It was decided on by one judge, by one liberal federal judge.
Yep.
A bunch of tree huggers got to her, and then she just made the law without really taking into anybody else's story. And that is one of the reasons you got to make it so that, I don't care whether it's the Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when there's major decisions that have to do with law, I mean, trying a case is one thing, but when you're deciding law, it needs to go to a vote. There's no reason it's, now they're actually talking about bringing wolf hunting back in Wisconsin because they realize that we definitely have a problem here. And how many times have we said, when there's no value on an animal, there's going to be poaching and there's going to be illegal killing, and you're probably going to put the animal in more danger.
Yeah.
Well,
especially if it's a predator.
Right.
There's no value to it. We're going to wipe it out.
Why have it around?
Yeah.
Yeah. If any animal that eats crops or anything like that, if it doesn't have a value on it for its huntable purposes or to make money on it, why do you want it out there grazing and wrecking your crops and things like that? So it doesn't really matter whether you're talking wolves, deer, or whatever. If you want to stop hunting, what'll end up happening is there won't be any animals.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yep.
Because then it makes it also, right now you hunt animals by law, you hunt them when you tag them, you hunt them by law, but when they make it illegal and a guy wants to eat them, they're just going to go out and kill them. They're going to take what they want because now you can't bring the animal home and harvest it properly and do all that. So you're just going to kill them, rip the back straps out of them, leave them lay in the woods, and they'll be gone. So if you really want to eliminate an animal, stop the hunting of it. Make it illegal to hunt it. Make it just take hunting away. There won't be any animals. You won't have to worry about it. And all you vegetarians, you think that you're going to save the animals by doing what you're, crying about all the time. Hey, once you ban hunting, in order to produce enough vegetables for you to eat, or all of us to eat, or all of us to stay healthy enough to be able to defend our own country.
Yeah.
We're going to have to wipe out all the animals. That's just fact.
We're not going to be able to stay healthy enough to defend anything without meat.
So. No, I know. I haven't seen a vegetarian yet that intimidated me.
No, me neither.
They all look like a bunch of little daisy farters every time I see one. And I have no problem, letting a vegetarian know that he's an unhealthy person. Yeah. If you don't eat some sort of meats and proteins and things like that, your milks and stuff like that, if you're a true vegetarian and you don't want animals around, where do you think your milk and your sour cream and your cheese, that's that Ricky Gervais. He's all about animals, but he eats a lot of cheese.
Yeah.
He looks like a cheese eater. But, that's what he lives off of. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm vegetarian. Duh, I got news for you, buddy. You eat cheese, you're not a vegetarian. So, so back on the wolves, I have heard talk that they're looking at bringing the wolf season back.
That would be good. Man, I would love to see that.
Because what'll happen first, they'll get out of control. They'll take a toll on our environment, and then hunters it doesn't have to be hunters. It could be farmers. Could be anybody. You're just going to get sick of them, and it's going to be a shoot on sight thing. Which is how the wolf got driven out of here in the first place.
Yep.
Many years ago.
Yeah, shoot on sight.
Yep. That's kind of what happened to the buffalo, and the buffalo were wiped out. unless you were in the second story of a hotel in Texas, then you couldn't shoot them. That's the only place at Buffalo were safe.
Yeah.
So I just had to throw that in there on the dumb laws on the books.
Yeah. That's interesting.
So
it's amazing some of this stuff.
I do know that if I'm going to Texas, I'm going to ask for a room on the second floor because I'm sure it'll be quieter. You don't have to worry about all them buffalo hunters shooting out the windows from the second floor. We're
going to have to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
What I'm going to have a hard time remembering is all the crazy laws when we go to Alaska so we can give Steve Hicks up there a really good hard time.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, we're going to have to go back and write these all down so that when we go...
Print off a sheet of them and take them with us.
Say, hey, did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm wondering if when he crashed his plane this last fall, if he was trying to push a moose out of the plane.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently they say it's illegal to view a moose from a plane. And I know that goes to scouting, is what that means.
Yeah, you can view them, but you cannot hunt them that day.
Yeah.
So you can't go in there and be dropped off and then go hunt that moose.
Yeah.
There has to be a certain amount of time that passes. And to be honest with you, that law is on the books in a lot of different states.
A lot of states.
Yeah, that you can't go and fly and hunt in the same day.
Yep. Which makes sense. I mean,
right. Commercial airline is one thing, but it doesn't really. Actually, there's no loophole or no exception written to that.
No.
In a lot of the states, you cannot fly and hunt in the same day. So, it just depends on how picky and what kind of a young, smart aleck game warden you got out there and what he wants to do. If he wants to take a law and push it to the max, which is another reason that the laws need to be voted on. And all these laws need to be reviewed. We need to go through our law books and say, hey, what's still on the books? And, like snowball fighting, chucking snowballs. I mean, it's stupid. Yeah. I mean, kids throw snowballs all the time. That's illegal.
Yep.
Whoever would write laws that say anything about a moose walking on a sidewalk or
how do they enforce the law for a moose walking on a sidewalk?
Yeah, and fishing, catching fish with anything, any body part other than your teeth. I mean, noodling is becoming a big thing, and I mean, more power to you. If you can catch a fish with your bare hands, I think that's more difficult than catching it with a rod and reel.
I'm not going to stick my arm underneath the bank for nothing. No.
Well, evidently you got to use something other than your arm.
Especially down south.
Oh no, you can't use anything other than your, especially down south.
Yeah, especially down south. I'm not going to stick my arm up under a bank. Even up here.
Because of gators?
Gators, turtles, big old snapping turtles, snakes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
And with that, Brandon, we will take a break, and we'll be right back with a couple more segments of Big E Outdoor Radio. Thanks for listening. We're outdoorsmen, and we demand a good meal. A meal deal from a fast food restaurant just don't cut it for a real man or a real gal. So next time you're in the mood for a good burger, the best burgers in town are found at Bruise Brothers. Fresh ground burger daily, fresh buns, and some of the most amazing recipes found anywhere. That don't even touch the 35 fresh brews on tap. Bruise Brothers in Weston. Tell them Big E Outdoor sent you and they'll hook you up. Bruise Brothers is found in Weston on Highway X, just off Highway 29.
Hey, it's Mike with Auto Trim and Sign here in Wausau. You already know we do the fun stuff on vehicles. We can also help your business, whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or even a vehicle wrap. Auto Trim and Sign can design and install graphics perfect for your business. Your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website, autotrimofwausau.com, or call us at 715-842-9114.
Deer collisions, door dings, hail dents, or accidents, BRB Auto Body makes your car look new again. Make BRB Auto Body your #1 call when an accident happens. BRB offers 24-hour towing, complete body and paint repair, and complimentary replacement vehicle when accidents happen. Call BRB Auto Body, Highway XX Rothschild. BRB Auto Body, there for you through all the dings and dents.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
Hey, welcome back to some more Big E Outdoor Radio. Brandon, Brandon and I are just looking. It's that time of the year to start getting ready for turkey hunting. Right, Brandon?
That's right.
So we're getting ready for turkey hunting. We should probably know where the top 10 best turkey hunting states are. Now, this is rated by bow hunters, but it's the Wild Turkey Hunting Network. And it talks about the best places. So the number one state with the biggest harvest last year and in previous years, about 60,000 birds a year are taken in the Show Me state of Missouri.
Huh.
They are home to more than 600,000 Eastern turkeys.
That's a lot of birds.
Yep.
That's a lot of Easter dinners.
They run until from about the middle of May to the middle of April to the middle of May, and you have a bag limit there of 2 male or turkeys with visible beards per season. So you can shoot 2 a season down there. It's funny because a lot of these states, Brandon, you can go there and you can buy a license.
Yeah.
And you can hunt any of the season that they have, and you can shoot however many birds it is. I don't understand why Wisconsin can't get it through their head to just issue a dang turkey license.
Yeah.
In all these other states, turkey hunting is just as big as it is in Wisconsin. There's just as much danger to people having an accident or anything like that, people being in the woods. Set your season, open it up. See, what they're trying to do is get their fingers in there and regulate things too much. That's a Wisconsin DNR way of thinking. But no other state does it that way. They have plain out turkey season. End of story.
Check out when their legal hours are in Missouri.
Half an hour before sunrise until 1 p.m. Then you got to stop hunting in the afternoon. And I know a lot of states, we used to be like that here in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You have to stop hunting so that the turkeys can go to roost and do their thing in the afternoon.
Yep.
Takes the pressure off of them. You had to stop hunting. Here's a non-resident license is $145 in Missouri. So, by non-resident speaking, that's not too bad, actually. Alabama is number 2, and they say that their population is about 350,000 turkeys. So there's quite a big difference between Missouri and Alabama.
Yeah.
And bag limit, 1 gobbler per day. 5 combined fall and spring seasons. 5 during so
no more than 5 in a year.
5 is your possession limit. 1 per day you can shoot. Legal hours, daylight. Just says daylight. So whatever the legal hours of daylight, you can hunt them all day. You can shoot 1 a day down there. A non-resident's going to pay a little more in Alabama, $252.
Yep.
So that's not residents are only $16. It's funny because even the resident licenses in these states are a lot cheaper than ours. We pay more for a license. They try to tell us what weeks we can hunt. Ridiculous.
Now, it depends how you plan it, though, in Alabama. They have a 10-day trip. See, $252 is for an annual, all-game, non-resident in Alabama. For a 10-day trip, all-game is $127.
And they also have a 3-day license, $77.
For all-game, yep.
So, yeah.
That's not bad.
No, number 3 is kind of surprising to me. Pennsylvania.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And they have about 350,000 turkeys as well. Those are Easterns there. You notice how the number 1 states are all states with Eastern turkeys.
Yep, exactly. Well, I would have guessed that anyhow.
Yep. And in Wisconsin, our resident license $20.
That's in Pennsylvania.
Or excuse me, in Pennsylvania, I mean Wisconsin resident license in Pennsylvania $20, non-residents $101. So you can only hunt till 1 o'clock in the afternoon there as well.
Yeah.
And you're allowed 1 turkey per season. So that I don't have a problem with, limiting the amount of turkeys or the bag limits or anything like that. That's based on how many animals are in the woods. But the screwing around with you can hunt this week and then you got to buy another license to hunt the next week, stupid. Yeah. Which brings us to number 4, El Stupido themselves, Wisconsin. And what does it say? Wisconsin has more than 320,000 turkeys now covering the state. The bag limit, 1 male. We all know that. You can hunt half an hour before sunrise till 5 p.m. Can't hunt these things until dark.
I wonder how many people.
5 p.m.
Wonder how many people push that.
Yeah. It talks about resident, non-resident license. And it doesn't tell its application deadline is December 10th for the spring season, and fall season is August 10th. So they don't really say too much about all the different silly seasons that we have here in Wisconsin. But actually, we are ranked number 4 in the all-time places to go turkey hunting. New York. How many does it say that they've got? It doesn't. They said they had 36,000 hunters about in a year, but it doesn't say how many turkeys are there. In New York, you're allowed 2 turkeys, not in the same day, though. You can hunt from half hour before sunrise until noon.
Oh, wow.
Yep, at noon, and that's it. So the rest of the top 10, that rounds out the top 5 there. The rest of the top 10 is Mississippi. Let's see, order with the number of birds harvested there. So it doesn't tell how many that they actually have. Mississippi harvests about 35,000 birds a year. You can shoot 1 adult per day. 3 is your bag limit for the year. Here you can hunt half hour before sunrise to half hour after sunset. So you can lay waste to them babies right there in Mississippi if you'd like to.
No, actually in Mississippi there it says 1 adult gobbler with a 6-inch or longer beard.
Yeah, 1 turkey per day, and it tells you what it is.
Yep.
And then 3 per year. So, yeah. Michigan.
So you better make sure it's 6 inches. No lying, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know that we lie about 6 inches, but you can't when you're turkey hunting, okay? This has to be proven. And you all know what 6 inches really is, so let's not hear it. Okay. In Michigan, we're at they're number 7 in Michigan. They can hunt all day again till a half an hour after sunset. What?
Oh no. A half an hour after sunset.
Yeah.
Let's get you falling right to their tree then, huh? Or
Yeah.
no.
Well, sunset, it's still light out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just trying to, think outside the box.
Oklahoma's at number 8, Brandon.
Yeah. Yeah. Oklahoma's at number 8. They got about 32,000 birds, and that says it was in 2002. 3 male turkeys a day.
Yeah.
And then no more than 1 tom. 3 male turkeys total, no more than 1 tom in a day.
Right.
So half hour before sunrise until sunset.
Yep.
So there you go.
Do any of these get you hunting out there before Easter? That's what I could never understand. Like, none of our turkey seasons fall in when we actually have a holiday to cook the turkey in fresh. You got to freeze it.
When is Easter this year?
Easter is in March.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, the Florida hunting season is in March. But we're not talking there. Where are we at? Number 9?
Number 9, Texas.
Uh-huh.
Their dates start in March.
They might actually make it.
They took about 28,000, almost 29,000 birds.
Look at that.
Yep. 4 Rio Grandes or 3 Rio Grandes and 1 Eastern.
So they have Easterns in,
So there you
in
go.
Texas.
Yep. A half an hour before sunrise to a half hour after sunset in Texas. That's your hunting hours.
Mm-hmm.
Resident is only $59, and the non-resident is $120.
Huh.
So, not bad.
Yeah, and Kentucky is your last one there.
Yep, number 10, Kentucky. They're right around the same spot as Texas, about 28,000 birds. Same hunting hours, half hour before sunrise to half hour after sunset. So, yeah.
They said in all likelihood Georgia would have been up there in the top 10, but it had something to do with the way they report their kills. Because we know there's a lot of birds in Georgia. There's turkey hunting's very big down in Georgia. And they're all Easterns there. And the Osceola turkey, we know that the Osceola is only in Florida, and it's actually south of a certain line. And we have a place to hunt Osceolas. So if you're out there and you want to get the World Slam, which I got a picture of on the Outdoor News' Facebook site that at one of the trade shows that we had in here, at the Minnesota Outdoor News Deer and Turkey Show.
Yep.
The State Fairgrounds. So I would imagine you're going to see this display coming to the Wisconsin. It actually has one of all of the World Slam. So it's got the Merriam's, the Eastern, the Osceola, which we talked about before, the Rio Grande, which you get in Texas, all the way up into Nebraska, you can get them, and the Oscillated, which is down in Central America, and the Goulds from the Mexico area. So there you have all 6 turkey subspecies. That's a great display right there.
That is some good looking mounts too.
Yeah, that's actually I couldn't remember what an Oscillated looked like, but they don't look a lot. It's not like they look like a peacock.
They have a lot more colors.
They have a lot more colors like a peacock, and their head is blue. And they got a lot of green in their wings and stuff like that. And their tail is also very pretty, very different than what ours. It's gray and got some pretty colors and stuff like that in it. But the Oscillated turkey still does look like a turkey. So, a person should actually find where we can hunt when we come back after the break. We'll try to come up with some places where a person can actually hunt the Oscillated
For the
turkey.
Oscillated.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that'd be interesting to know. Yeah, because we're always just kind of taking a stab in the dark at that anyways.
Yeah.
But,
And,
let's go ahead and take a break, and then we'll bring that back here right after these messages, folks.
Okay.
Where's the best outdoor sporting goods store in northern Wisconsin? Right under your nose. Chase Outdoors in Rothschild is right next to the post office and has the best selection in everything outdoors, from archery to guns and ammo and even your ice fishing gear. Don't waste your time in a big box store with employees who don't even know which end of the gun the bullets come out. Go see a professional with a personal touch on every question and need. Chase Outdoors in Rothschild.
From hauling to hunting, protect your truck bed with Line-X Spray-On Bed Liner from BRB Auto Body. DuPont Kevlar makes Line-X 5 times stronger than steel. BRB can color match Line-X to your truck. Tough just got prettier. Line-X forms a permanent, watertight bond, and the finish follows every angle. BRB Auto Body believes anything worth protecting is worth overprotecting. Line-X at BRB Auto Body, Rothschild.
Expect a quality job from BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body. BRB Auto Body.
Skees Meats of Wausau has the freshest meats and seafood in the area. Great sausages, chops, and complete meals. Check them out for Meatitarian Mondays, or even their Tuesday night date night specials. That's 2 steaks, 2 taters, and a bottle of wine for just $22.22. They have a great location in Rib Mountain right behind the new Dunkin' Donuts. So while you're out there crashing your diet anyway, pick up some fresh meat for dinner. Skees Meats, behind the Dunkin' Donuts on Rib Mountain Drive.
Hey, welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. Yeah, we were talking about turkey hunting and all the different kinds of turkeys. We figured out that it's not all the way down in Central America, but it is pretty close. The Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico is where you got to go for the Oscillated turkey.
Which is pretty far south.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
And we were just looking online. You were watching the...
No, I was watching a video on YouTube of it because it says that they don't gobble, they sing, and they've got a really weird.
They got a weird call, don't they?
Yeah, yep. It's like a cross between a sandhill crane and something else. I never heard anything like it, but.
And there's a few outfitters online that you can find that will take you hunting for the Oscillated turkey. They have just real gorgeous green feathers on them, so they definitely look different. I mean, when you look at them laying where these hunters got them here, they have real green backs and green on the top of their wings and stuff like that, and then even their tail is different looking, real pretty. So if you want the World Slam of turkeys, you're definitely going to end up in the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. Their hunting season goes from about mid-March to mid-April. So it does run around the same time as all the rest of the, I guess, hunting seasons for turkeys would run.
Yeah.
It doesn't appear that they have a fall season. And so it's a limited time and a limited location. So kind of like the Osceola.
Yeah.
The Osceola turkey of Florida is really only one place you can get it.
In Florida.
It's in Florida. And so if you wanna hook up and get yourself on, a World Slam, you're gonna have to get the Osceola out of Florida. You're gonna have to get the ocellated, the Golds, which is also in Mexico, but I think the Golds run farther up and even goes into Texas a little bit. So I've heard. So there's a lot of people that take this turkey hunting, Brandon, as serious as a lot of us take whitetail hunting.
They take it a lot more seriously than I do. I don't know why. I haven't been as drawn to the turkey hunting as I have been to any other big game hunting.
Well, turkey doesn't qualify quite as a dangerous game or a big game or anything like that. But, I wouldn't mind going after getting the World Slam and having all the mounts. And after that, that's it for me. I'm not big into turkey hunting, but I think it's kind of cool to have those mounts.
It's really cool because you'll actually hunt that ocellated turkey. You'll hunt it, looks like quite a bit differently than any of the other turkeys that you would hunt. These are jungle birds. I mean,
yeah, they're not coming out on the fields and strutting around. So
no,
Rio Grande and Miriam's and stuff like that. We can get. There's some places where you can get, like in Nebraska, the Rios and the Miriams run. They're in the same area.
Yeah,
and I wonder about crossing bloodlines if they breed together, or how they keep that unique look, so that they know what they're hunting. That's what I'm curious. If you're hunting them, especially if you're hunting them in a place where they have both kinds of turkeys in the same location.
Yeah.
You really definitely got to know what you're shooting, what the difference is. So you'd have to study these things up pretty good to be able to identify them. To me, the only one I could spot the big difference in is the ocellated.
Yeah.
The rest of them just look like a turkey to me.
I couldn't tell you the difference in them if they were all standing there.
No. So anyway, we just went through the 10 best states for turkey hunting. And we found that on bowhunting.net is where we actually found that. So if you are thinking about doing some turkey hunting and you want to get someplace other than Wisconsin and get out, I mean, we did run into a fellow that actually is trying to turkey hunt in every state that has turkeys in it, which we figured out, when did we figure out that there was turkeys in 40 some of the states, or how many states do we have turkeys is what I wanted to know.
I
we
think
talked about that once.
Yeah, I think somehow it rings a bell, and I think we figured out that they are in every state except for Hawaii and Alaska.
Right.
So they're all in the lower 48.
Yeah. How many states have turkeys? We had said that, they're all in the lower 48. We don't have any in Hawaii. There wasn't any up in Alaska, and I think every place else had them by now.
Yeah.
But that
I can't remember where in the heck we heard that.
Yeah, I think it was we were talking about it. It was one of the days we were talking about the invasive species and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and Tim looked it up on the internet, probably, is what it was.
Yep. So, what about pheasant hunting? You say you don't really get into this, but I know you enjoyed the pheasant hunting that we did when we did it.
Oh, yeah.
Perhaps we should be heading to South Dakota to do a little bit of pheasant hunting this year.
I could get into that. Mm-hmm. I really could.
We've been threatening that we were going to be going out and doing some coyote hunting, but I'm waiting for you to get a long weekend.
I think the first long weekend that I'm going to be getting is coming up here in Easter, so we're both going to have to let down some family and tell them we're not going to make any Easter get-togethers if that's the case.
Well, Easter get-togethers really aren't what they used to be for us.
Yeah, true.
I think that Easter and Thanksgiving are made for hunting. That's the way I look at it.
Anytime you get a long weekend, you better use it hunting or fishing.
That's right.
Play it safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of the folks that are on our staff and some of the people out there listening really get into fishing. So, the Wisconsin trout seasons, they open up here in in a month or so, or let's see when the
I'm not exactly sure when those open up. I just know that when they do, I go down to the dam and throw a line in the water.
yeah.
Now when I catch something, I go buy a fishing license quick. That way I know I'm good. So yeah, I think it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
April 1st. Yeah.
The first Saturday in May through the first Sunday in March of the following year is largemouth season. I don't know. I didn't even know that there was a season that you could not hunt them in.
You don't hunt them though. You fish them.
Fish them.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
That's your last one.
Yeah. You could lasso them. That's right.
You could. Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. So it just depends. I mean, I know that the trout seasons are coming up soon, and that is something that is very sought after. I was looking for the right word there,
Yeah.
by a lot of people in the state of Wisconsin. And so, if you're looking to catch trout, Inland Trout Waters Catch and Release is the first Saturday of March, so it's already going, to the first Saturday in May. And general inland trout season is the first Saturday in May, 5 a.m. till September 30th. So that day right there is
May first Saturday in
May.
May. Then okay.
And that's when people are going to be crazy, parked all over the sides of the roads, heading for the rivers and trying to get out there and catch themselves a trout. And pay the money for the big trout stamp.
Oh yeah.
You know. So I have never even learned how to cast a fly rod. Have you? You know how to do that without hanging yourself?
I can barely cast a regular rod without hanging myself.
Well, we know that if we wanted to learn how, we could go down and see the guys at Nuntutla Creek Farms down in Georgia.
Yeah.
They have all that nice trout fishing stream down there, and they got some great trout, some of the best trout fishing waters in the United States right there. And they do all the fly fishing lessons and things like that. But I believe it's all catch and release. So there seems to be a lot of fishermen out there that'll do that. They'll travel a long ways to do catch and release fishing.
I mean, if I travel somewhere, I want to bring something home with me.
Yeah, I want
That's
to bring
the
home
only
a
thing.
cooler full of trout that I can
Yeah.
have some smoked fish or something, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. if
Speaking
you're-
of which, we ought to get a good smoker.
Yeah, we do. I think I have one
Yeah, that's right.
up in my storage building someplace.
Yeah, I got you one for Christmas that you never used. Remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that was a few years back.
Yep. So, you know, if you're interested in going on a nice corporate retreat or something like that, and you want to do some trout fishing, you could head to Nuntutla Creek. You can find them on our website, and you can go down there and do some trout fishing, some quail hunting. They've got sporting clays, things like that. Other than that, the only kind of fishing that we really get into right now is shark fishing.
Oh yeah.
And we can do that in June and July. You can actually do that a lot of times of the year, but that just seems to be when we find our way out there
Good times.
to California. We have to remember this year when we're out there, though, that we cannot moth hunt
Yeah. Jeez.
under street lamps.
So there goes that idea.
Yeah. There were some other crazy California laws. Oh, that you have to have a hunting license to trap a mouse
Yeah.
in
I'm
California.
Not too worried about the mice in California. It's
The mice don't bother me in California. It's
the
other
rats
things.
and the liberals.
the rats and the liberals.
They're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm just worried about getting a shark.
What's your favorite kind of fishing?
My favorite kind of fishing, ice fishing.
Ice fishing.
Yep. Love
Hands
it.
down.
Hands down, ice fishing, yes.
Even over ocean fishing. What do you think?
Well, I mean, gosh, yeah, I don't know. Now, I consider the shark a hunt. I don't really consider that a fishing thing. I consider that hunting.
Well, because we did it with a bow, but you
Yeah.
can do it with a rod and reel. Then it would be fishing.
I'd rather do it with a bow.
The bow is cool.
But as far as fishing that I can do regularly, I'd
Yeah.
say ice fishing.
Ice fishing.
Yep. No, I would enjoy some ocean fishing, but I've only done it one time, so I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember how that was. I was pretty young when we did that.
Well,
So
you know, ocean fishing is a lot like what we did on the shark fishing trip. I mean,
Yeah.
you troll and stuff like that, and so.
What'd you call me?
No, I didn't call you a troll.
Okay. All right.
We know some trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
We're not going to
Yeah.
get into that, though. That's a whole other story.
There's a whole nother 3-hour session. Yeah.
Yep.
We don't need that.
We don't need the trolls and Bigfoots and all the other good stuff.
Mothman and
Mothman, the swamp-
werewolves.
Wait a minute, what was it that Kenyon Bankson called in and said they
Yeah,
got the swamp man down there in
Yeah,
Louisiana.
them swamp donkeys.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Lake Marpaw.
is that you even remember the name of the lake?
I know. I don't remember what it was called. Swamp something, but I remember it was Lake Marpaw.
Huh. Okay. Well, it is the swamp creature.
Swamp
That's
creature.
That's what they call
Swamp
it.
critter,
Swamp
swamp
man
donkey.
or whatever. Swamp donkey, something
Yeah.
totally different. He might ride the swamp donkey. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back and wrap up our show for today. Thanks for listening to Biggie Outdoor Radio.
Do you want to get the most exposure for your business for each dollar spent? Of course you do. We can help. Whether it's simple lettering, company decals, or a complex vehicle wrap, Auto Trim and Sign is a 3M certified company that can design, manufacture, and install graphics perfect for your business. You can be assured your car, truck, trailer, big rig, or your company's entire fleet will be in good hands. Check out our website at autotrimofwassa.com for examples of our work, or give us a call today, 715-842-9114.
Well, the cold weather is finally here. You better get your oil change and take care of your ride. Go straight to Thunder Loop on 17th Avenue in Wausau, near the National Guard Armory. No job is too big or too small. They do everything from oil changes to major overhauls and every repair in between. Check them out and get those heaters inspected and get your wheels ready for winter. There's no appointment necessary, and get a punch card and you'll save money on your future visits. Thunder Loop on 17th Ave in Wausau. Had a good barbecue lately? Head on down to Dickey's Barbecue, rocking and rolling out the best barbecue sandwiches made from fresh smoked barbecue every single day. They're located on Stewart Avenue near Buffalo Wild Wings. Go get you some of that fresh smoked goodness now. Use them for catering your favorite party or grab a quick lunch or one of their daily lunch specials. Dickey's Barbecue on Stewart Avenue between Buffalo Wild Wings and Applebee.
Welcome back to Biggie Outdoor Radio. Brandon, we're in the last hour here.
No, we're in the last segment.
The last segment
Of the last hour.
of the last hour.
Yep.
And so for the guys that are out there that are saying, hey, what can I hunt? And, you know, it's a long ways to deer season. And what if I don't turkey hunt? We always talk about hogs.
Yep.
A lot of hogs to hunt down at Gumlog, and we'll be going back down there. We're going to be doing, there's an episode coming up here, I think the 20th of March. It'll be at Gumlog. It could be as early as next week. I'm not sure which one. On the Pursuit channel.
Yep.
If you got satellite TV, if you got direct or dish, look for the Pursuit channel. It should be free. It's in your base package, and you can check out some Big E Outdoors on Pursuit channel. We're on Mondays in the afternoon, Saturday nights at 10 o'clock, our time here. And there's also gator hunting. And we did a gator hunt back in 2012, I think it was.
Yep.
And we got ourselves some pretty nice gators.
We
had
sure
a lot
did.
of fun. We got down there and got to do something a little bit different. We got to shoot them with a crossbow.
Oh yeah, that was. They put up a heck of a fight too. Them gators put up almost as long of a fight as that shark did that you got.
That's the shark, right?
Yep.
And it's quite an animal to fish, because there's quite a procedure
Yeah.
that goes with bow fishing for an alligator. You actually shoot them, then you got to follow the jug, then you snag them, you fish them, and there's a lot of different things that go along with that. So
Yeah, and there's people that do them different ways, but the way that we do it with the guys that we go with, that's the way it happened,
That's
and
right.
it was fun. It was fun that way.
Yep. There are plenty of places down in Florida to hunt alligators.
Yep.
The season for gators starts sometime in August and goes through November. That's for your regular public land, public waterways, wild gators, and things like that.
Yep.
When you're hunting for a gator, a nuisance gator, and things like that, you can do that all year long. You just got to get hooked up with the right people that have the nuisance gator tags, and they'll get you out there and they can get you on a nice gator. But
And if that interests you, if you let us know, folks, the
We'll hook you
people
up.
that we hunt with do hunt nuisance gators.
yeah, we'll hook you right up. Since our gator hunting is starting to move upwards, if you're looking for big gators, because they haven't hunted them,
Yep.
South Carolina is kicking in, Alabama, even Georgia now is starting to get into the gator hunting
Yep.
craze. And in some of those areas, you're going to find some monster gators. And one of the reasons is they haven't hunted them in a long time.
Yeah, that's just it.
It takes a gator a while to grow.
Well, once they get to be so big, it's really hard for them to truly age those gators.
Right. They don't have any idea. All they can do really is guess, because there's really no way of aging one completely.
Yeah, there's some of the last true dinosaurs that are here.
That's right. That's right. Usually, once a gator gets to about 9 or 10 feet in length, then it starts putting on girth.
Yeah.
A lot of weight instead of length. So it'll continue to grow in length, but not as fast as it did when it was younger.
Yeah. So when you're talking about a 14-foot gator,
who knows? I mean, that gator could be 50 years old. It could be older than that. It could be younger than that. Who knows?
Yeah. It's really hard to say. It's hard to age those animals when they get to be that big.
Yeah. But they've been around for a long time, and they've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And probably eaten a lot.
Yeah, eating a lot of your puppies.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah.
And while you're in Florida, I mean, there's a lot of places that you can hunt some different exotics and things that you can't hunt around here. Black buck.
Yep.
You can hunt axis deer. Axis deer are pretty popular down in Florida.
Yep. Now, I haven't gotten one of them yet. I'd like to get an axis deer too.
I think that'd be quite a bit of fun. We're gonna have to try to line something like that up. We hunt a lot of really nice places, and one of the things that you'll know if you ever use one of the Big E Outdoors premium or certified destinations that we have is that you will not go there and have the wool pulled over your eyes.
No.
The place is going to have the food. They're going to have the lodging that they say, if it's a lodging place. Some of them you do stay in a hotel.
Yeah.
But they're going to have what they tell you that they have, and they're going to have game. We don't advertise places that are not game rich or that cannot produce results. We have in the past hunted with some places that even up in Canada that had black bear hunts, and they necessarily really all they ever had was little ones because they hunted the same stands over and over and over, and we don't use those kind of people anymore.
Yeah.
We're pretty picky about the outfitters that we bring on board, and it's been a few years since you've been with me on a bear hunt.
Yeah. Heck, I gotta get back out there with you. That's for sure.
Well, you're going to get your opportunity here this spring when we head to Alaska, because I'm going to let you do the shooting.
Man, I'm looking forward to that too. I'm getting pumped up.
Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to shoot one too.
Well, no, I understand that.
But
That'd be nice if we went up there and double whammied.
when you shoot your bear and you turn around and see the camera sitting there on a tripod and I'm nowhere to be seen,
Yep.
you'll know that I have your back.
Absolutely, yeah. You're just getting a head start. But based on your treadmill skills, I know it won't take long to catch you.
Oh,
Yeah.
so we're going to go there now.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's all right though. I mean, you still got some time to get worked into better shape.
It's
That's
not about how fast you can run or even how long you can run. It's just a matter of, can you shoot the other guy in the leg quick enough to get away?
Yeah, true. I mean, would you do that to me before I shot the bear?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I know now. I know who I'm going with.
Yeah. I seem to remember being thrown under the bus by you plenty of times here, so.
When?
Yeah.
When did I throw you under the bus?
Never.
Yeah.
Elk hunting and deer hunting, of course, we get plenty of that. We can get people on, and mule deer, stuff like that. But some of these other hunts definitely are things that we need to start getting out and doing together. And if folks are looking for affordable hunts for any of these things, all they need to do is send Big E Outdoors a Facebook message or send us an email and ask, because that's the other thing that we look for is places that they can do these hunts without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
So
Well, the big thing too is not only you got to worry about breaking the bank, but where can you go where you don't have to take 2 or 3 weeks to scout it out and do it? And a lot of people can't get that kind of time off of work, and if they can, they don't want to burn it all up in one place.
that's right. They'd like to be able to break their vacation up and maybe get a couple in a year.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of work, you work nights, and
Yeah.
so how's that going for you out there at the cheese factory?
it's going.
going.
I mean, it's. I'm a little tired.
You have quite an array of people out there that you work with. You got Bear Hunter Joe. And we've got who's the guy with the land? It's got 40 acres of land. That actually there's 60 there because it's got a lot of rolling hills.
Kent, yeah, Wally.
Surface acreage, we call that.
Yeah, he's he's a character. I've been begging him to come and do these shows here with us.
Right.
I've been begging him like crazy. Right now he's tapping his maple trees so he can make a couple $100 in syrup off of his, I don't know, several $1,000s he probably put into it.
$10,000 investment, a couple $100 profit.
Yeah. Yeah. So
that maple syrup thing, back when it was when people did it for their own syrup.
Yeah.
Then I could see. Farmers, they're doing their thing. They go out, they get their own syrup, they get out. But to do that for a living. I drove by a place the other day with blue tubes coming out of the trees everywhere. I can't even remember where it was, but the whole woods was littered with.
Yeah.
It looked like if a deer ran through there, it would decapitate himself.
That's why you got to put up a sign that says "No deer."
Oh,
yeah.
Is that how you keep them on?
Yeah, trespassers
I put one of them
will
on
be
my
shot on sight.
I usually on my bait pile. I put that.
Yeah, no deer allowed.
They know that the bait pile is for the turkeys and the squirrels is not for the deer.
Yeah, songbirds only.
Yeah.
So,
and I think,
but no, I'll tell you what though, I look forward to it. One of these days we are going to get Wally in here, and he's got some stories. I mean, BB gun stories. I mean, him and his brother shooting at each other, shooting their sister out of the treehouse, and I mean, just the guy's got some stories. He's even got stories that he probably can't even tell on the radio. But
we may have to police him a little bit.
Oh, trust me, when he gets going, you can't stop him. He's wired. I mean, I'm telling you. The guy, he's got some energy.
Today's BB guns would have sure taken BB gun fights when I was a kid to a whole new level.
Oh, yeah.
Semi-automatic BB guns that shoot with CO2 pellet tanks and stuff.
Yeah, you'd still have BBs buried in you.
Yeah.
You'd probably do anyway.
I do.
Yeah.
I do, but I would probably have more. I think I'd need some medical attention.
Well, I think you need medical attention, but
you do.
Not from the BBs, probably.
Well, we're going to bring our show to our listeners live from Palmetto Sportsman Classic too. I'm going to, not live, but semi-live. I'm going to go down there and tape that show from the Palmetto Sportsman Classic and send it in.
Yeah.
And
that's always a good show. I wish I could go to that one.
There's a lot of really good things down there. It's in Columbia, South Carolina.
Next weekend, isn't it?
It's not this coming weekend. Yeah, next weekend, yeah.
Yeah, next weekend.
Yep. And great show. We'll be going down there, taking some mounts to some of our friends in North Carolina and dropping them off on the way. And then we're going to swing in and do the show and maybe try to fit in some hunting afterwards. So it's too bad that you can't be going with us, but hopefully, Brandon, pretty soon we'll have you right here in the driver's seat of this company where you need to be, and you'll be able to go on all the hunts with us.
Well, maybe even in the passenger seat, but it'd still be nice to be able to go on to more of the hunts. So.
There you go. So we'll wrap it up, and we'll talk to everybody next week. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for some more Biggie Outdoors coming up next Sunday.
So this guy came into the store recently, and he said, it's my 30th anniversary, and I want to get something fine for my wife. I haven't bought her jewelry in a long time, and it's time. Well, of course, we agreed, and we helped him find a diamond bracelet that we were quite sure would blow her socks off. Well, a few days later, he came back into Jim Kreshock's, and we asked him, so did she like her bracelet? He looked at us, and he smiled, and then he said, well, she liked it so much that she... And then he stopped smiling. She liked it so much that she... What? We said. Well, she liked it so much that she... And then he stopped again. And then we got it. So she's very happy, I said. And he nodded. And you're very happy, I said. And he nodded again. And I said, now that is what we're talking about. We're Jim Kreshock Jewelers on Rib Mountain Drive. And nobody renders guys speechless quite like we do.
Have you always wanted to have that custom bow, gun, or even a motorcycle? Something nobody else has with a unique look just for you? Consider having hydrographic dipping. Contact Adrenaline Hydrographics on Facebook or through Biggie Outdoors and make an appointment to have your items customized with camo patterns, flames, skulls, carbon fiber, or choose from over 1,500 different colors and patterns. Customize the interior of your car or truck, your wheels, fishing poles, and even wine glasses. There's literally almost nothing we can't put a custom finish on for you. Check us out at Adrenaline Hydrographics on Facebook or call us at 855-424-4388. With 2 locations in Mosinee and Wisconsin Rapids, Adrenaline Hydro can give you a custom look you've been waiting for. Again, 855-424-4388.